Hare Krishna. Make the restless mind motionless by yoga and bhakti. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says that the mind is restless. Chanchalam himanaha. Krishna, in a very well-known verse from the Bhagavad Gita, 6.35 says the mind is chanchala. Just moves here and there, it's restless. And Krishna also says that actually bringing the mind under control is very difficult because it is restless. Mano durnigraham chalam. In the next verse 6.35, Krishna says chalam. It just keeps moving, it's restless. And yet in the 8th chapter, Krishna asks Arjuna to make the mind motionless. Prayana kale manasa chalena bhruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak satam param. So prayana kale manasa chalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva bhruvor madhye pranamaveshya samyak satam param purusham upaiti divyam. So prayana kale manasa chalena. Prayana kale, at the time of prayana, manasa achalena. Krishna says, make the mind, Arjuna says, Krishna tells Arjuna, make the mind achala. Achala means motionless. So, how can that which is restless be made motionless? So, Krishna says in the next slide that prayana kale manasa chalena bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva. Bhaktya yukto, with bhakti yoga bala, by the practice of yoga you can do this, Krishna is saying. So now imagine a car that is moving very very fast. At that time, now if somebody from outside, sometimes in some movie, some Superman or somebody shows the car is moving very high, the Superman comes right in front and uses the superhuman strength of his arms to bring that car under control. It's very difficult to do something like that. But if somebody does that, that requires phenomenal strength. So the mind is restless. And it's moving here, moving there, and to bring it under control is difficult. So how does one do this? So Krishna says, Bhaktya yukto yoga balena chaiva. So yoga bala, it gets strength from yoga, but infuse that strength with bhakti. So what is that? What does this mean? That by the practice of yoga, the whole practice of yoga is fix the mind on one point. But often say, as initially it may say that fix the eyes on the tip of the nose, or fix them between the eyebrows. All that is okay, but it's very difficult to feel any bhakti for the tip of the eyebrows or for the space for the tip of the nose, the space between the eyebrows. It's difficult to feel bhakti for that. What is there to be devoted to in that? But Krishna in the 6th chapter moves the process of meditation, or the point of meditation, from external to internal, and he says ultimately that one should fix the mind on him. That yukta asita matvara manasanyame machitto yukta asita matvara. Fix the mind on him, he says, and make him the supreme goal. So when we fix the mind on Krishna, then two things happen. It's like if the car is to be brought under control, to get it under control by some external force is very difficult. But if internally the person presses a brake, then getting a moving car to stop becomes much easier. So similarly, if we just try to use brute willpower, that don't go anywhere else, oh mind, don't go anywhere else, just fix it on one point, that is going to be difficult. But so that's like trying to use external force to bring the car to a stop. So trying to use brute willpower is going to be difficult. But if we can find a truly attractive and fulfilling object on which to fix our mind, then it will become much easier for us. So Krishna is that attractive object. So Krishna is that attractive object, and within him we can find great satisfaction. So the mind is restless because of its frantic search for pleasure. And the mind examines one object, it finds, oh, this looks pleasurable. It tries to enjoy it, when it finds it no longer pleasurable, it goes to some other object, then goes to some other object, goes to some other object. And if the mind truly finds a fulfilling object, then it will definitely come to rest over there. So, when the mind comes to rest in Krishna, then it discovers that actually Krishna is truly fulfilling. Now, the problem is that initially, because of the mind's default restlessness, even when it comes to Krishna, it just experiences Krishna for some time and moves on to something else. So what we need to do is hold the mind in Krishna. And when we hold the mind in Krishna, then it becomes much easier for us to bring the mind in control. Because gradually the mind also starts realizing, oh, thinking about Krishna is so joyful. It is much more joyful than anything else that I might do. And in this way, when we find fulfillment in remembering Krishna, in loving Krishna, in attaining Krishna, then our mind becomes fixed in Krishna. And although the mind becomes motionless, it is not that the mind becomes inactive. It becomes actually fulfilled, joyfully fulfilled. Because Krishna is not just simply one point. Krishna is a omnipotent, omnipresent person, and we can serve Krishna in so many different ways. And that's why Krishna says yoga practice is required. Again and again try to fix the mind, but then bhaktya yukto. So infuse bhakti by choosing the right object, and the best object is the all-attractive Supreme Person. And fix our consciousness in Krishna, then we can attain the supreme perfection of life. Our mind, which is restless, will become motionless in Krishna, will become absorbed in love for Krishna, and we will attain Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.